now it wants to be this way. Okay. Okay, so okay. So I think that worked. Hoping it did. So yeah, so if you guys could go over to YouTube, sweet. It's just Spencer Hoyt. And then if you could just like the video and then comment as well, that would be amazing. Thank you so much, Cicely. I really appreciate it a lot. Yeah, now you can comment. I think for whatever reason, when I put that it's not for kids, you can have, thank you, you can have comments. I don't know why that is. Oh, Southern California, no way. And then when you get in here, if you could just like the video for the YouTube algorithm, that would be amazing. I really appreciate it a lot. Just throw the video a like. And then if you could just comment where you guys are coming from. I want to know where everyone's coming from today, as well as how long you've been watching me on the channel, and or how long you've been watching me on YouTube or on TikTok. I'm currently living in Utah, but I'm from Northern California originally. Boston, Massachusetts, no way. Gotcha, that makes sense for kids. Found me on TikTok, no way. Illinois for a while. First live, wow, hello, how are you? Hello from Northern Michigan, what's up? From New Zealand, what's up? In England. Thank you so much, I really appreciate that a lot. On my For You page, awesome, we love that. Georgia, New York, Michigan, de Venezuela. You're from Wales, that's pretty dope. East Coast. Am I in the LGBTQ plus community? As in, am I gay? I am not, but I totally support the LGBTQ plus community. Idaho, New Hampshire, Maryland. Man, you guys are from all over the place. Holy hell. It's crazy. From Northern California, me too. Let's go. We love Northern California. From Portugal over here, RI, Vegas, much love. Sydney, Australia, West Virginia, Philly, damn. Florida. Damn, you guys are crazy. You guys are awesome. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So we got a number of people here online for TikTok and on YouTube. And so I'm from Sacramento area. And so if you guys could actually, if you're on my TikTok, if you could just go onto YouTube, just because that's where I'm going to be answering most of the questions is on YouTube. So switch over to YouTube and just type in my name, Spencer Hoyt. You'll find me and just hop on my live. And just when you get on my live, just like the video, please. And then as soon as you guys come up with a question or two, just comment it down below and I will go ahead and answer all the questions. Hey, we love Southern California. Southern California is a nice place. Thank you. I really appreciate you guys going over to YouTube. Helps me out a lot. So without further ado, if you guys got any questions, just go ahead and hit me up. How has my day been? My day has been, it's been better than the last couple of days, simply because I've been super sick again. I don't know what it is, but I've gotten sick like 3 times in the past like 2 months. And so I got sick again this last weekend, which sucks because it was our fall break, so I literally had to stay home all fall break. But that's okay. So I'm feeling a little bit better today. I went to the gym. which always makes me feel better mentally and physically. And so, and I've just been trying to rest, just been trying to hydrate a lot, drink a lot of water, and stuff like that, if that makes sense. And then if you guys are just getting over here from TikTok, if you could just like my YouTube video, that would be great. Someone asked, what is my favorite thing to talk about? My favorite thing to talk about, honestly, is whatever motivates and whatever helps other people. So a lot of the time for me, it's usually mental health related. Because I've been through a lot as far as my mental health goes, I have been able to help a number of people who have gone through the same problems. And so I think that is something that I've definitely come to enjoy talking about, if that makes sense. I don't think I've seen too many other questions yet from people on YouTube. Thank you for joining. You guys are the best. Thank you. I really appreciate that one. I'm doing great. How are you doing? Do I work? So, hold that thought. Sorry, hold on. So, for people who, someone said that they have anxiety and depression and that their family thinks it's fake. So for the people that don't necessarily believe that your mental illness is real, it's probably because, one, they either fear it, or two, because they've never experienced it. You know, it's very, very difficult for an individual to understand or empathize with something that they've never truly understood or have felt. And so I would try not to hold too much of a grudge against the people who basically don't believe, you know, in either your mental health challenges or your mental health problems, simply because, you know, you have to step in their shoes, right? You have to realize that they've never experienced it. So how can they empathize with you? How can they believe you when they don't necessarily even know if it's a real thing? And so it's eventually, with time, I think, as more and more people make these things more well known, it will become more and more respected and more common knowledge. But for now, it's very difficult. It's really hard for someone to understand what mental illness is, especially if they don't have it, if that makes sense. Someone asked, yeah, I've been pretty sick, but I'm doing better. I'm trying to get better because thank you. Yeah, I'm trying my best to get better. You look cool. Thank you. I'm really not cool, but I appreciate it. I never had any problems before joining the military, so oh, someone has a y'all, this guy has won a misogynist and a closet racist. I'm sorry, I don't even know what that means. Apparently I'm not even educated either, so I don't know what that means. What the hell does that mean? A misogynist and a closet racist. We have the receipts, Spencer? I'm sorry, someone's freaking saying some weird stuff to me on TikTok, and it's about being racist or something. Some of my best friends are black in the Army. I hope you know that. And yes, one day at a time. Me and T's trying to get you banned. Block. I can't find the person anymore. Maybe someone let's see. And block. Ha ha ha. You can go freaking screw yourself. Okay, sorry. Back to what I was saying. Yeah, someone basically showed up in chat and was like, we have the receipts of you being racist or something, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I don't really understand that at all. Okay, someone has a question. Thank you for the follow. Why don't I have any moderators? I don't even know how to have a moderator. But someday. I actually do connect really well with other veterans. It's really nice, just being honest, being able to try to connect with other veterans. And they're always so willing to help, so willing to give advice, so which is a huge blessing. Someone said, don't listen to shitheads. I agree. Let's see, someone had a comment on my YouTube. Where did it go? Thank you so much. I really appreciate that a lot. Someone said, how has your outlook on mental illness changed from before you joined compared to now? So thank you. I really appreciate that. So I think for me personally, because like growing up, I never really had any experience, at least any major experience with any sort of mental health problems. And so it's not that I didn't think it was real. It's very hard to understand something that you've never experienced, right? And in high school, I'd never experienced any sort of mental health problems. And so I definitely knew it was real because I saw some people around me, whether it was friends, family, who struggled with certain things. But it never really clicked for me exactly what it was and what it felt like until I actually had it, until I actually had been diagnosed with PTSD and depression. Simply because, well, like I said before, it's very hard to understand, something you don't understand. It's very hard to get what it's really like, if that makes sense. So I guess that's how it's like changed for me. And I've also gained like a lot of respect for people who do struggle with any sort of mental health challenges, simply because of all the stuff that I've been through as well. Let's see, what's another question? And then, am I part of the Wounded Warrior Project? I actually am not part of the Wounded Warrior Project, but that's definitely something that I've wanted to look into for a number of years now, just because I know they've done a number of amazing things over the last number of years. Thank you. And I really would love to contribute and help them, as much as I can. And so, hello. So that's definitely something that I want to look into, if that makes sense. Also, I just got done filming a new YouTube video, and I got these like new lights. That's why my face is so shiny. But like these lights are hot, so I don't know if you can see, but I'm like sweating. So I am from Northern California. Thank you so much. I do not have a dog. I wish I had a dog. Really, you should send me a message about them sometime. I've always wanted to look into, Wounded Warrior Project and stuff like that too. So, oh, thank you so much. Hello from Kansas. The great state of Kansas. Someone said, I often deflect my issues and joke about depression or self-harm. I'm learning not to joke about it. But can you address why it's important to not joke as thoughts lead to action, etc.? So I think this one is definitely very like person to person, because obviously people with mental health challenges deal with their challenges in different ways. For instance, I love to talk about my problems. I love to put myself out there so that I know that I'm helping other people. Whereas I know there's a number of people who really don't like putting themselves out there simply because, you know, it gives them anxiety, it makes them, it scares them, if, you know, for separate reasons. And so I think if joking about self-harm and other mental challenges helps you, like legitimately helps you, not just helps you in the moment and maybe helps you look cool or blah, 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 but actually legitimately helps you because you have a sense of humor, then maybe those, like joking about it, dark humor, maybe that's a good thing, you know? You just have to be very careful about how you go about it, simply because if you go about it in a wrong way, then other people are going to think, oh, like he or she has no respect for self-harm or for people who have any problems with self-harm or anything like that. So I think if it works for you, go for it. But if it doesn't and it makes you feel less empowered and makes you feel like you have to hide, then maybe it's not a good idea to help yourself in that certain way, if that makes sense. Oh, no way, that's an amazing goal. I really appreciate it a lot. Thank you so much. If you guys are just getting here on TikTok, if you could go over to YouTube and just type in Spencer Hoyt on YouTube and just find my live. And then once you jump on here live, if you could just like the video, I really appreciate it a lot. The more likes I get on my video, the more the YouTube algorithm likes it, just so I can spread my story, gain awareness, gain more subscribers, so I can just help a lot more people. So if you guys could just jump onto YouTube and just type in Spencer Hoyt and like my live on YouTube, that would be amazing. I really appreciate it a lot. Excuse me. I don't think, let's see. Dark humor is valid, though. I know my friends and I go dark sometimes, real dark, with how to talk about what has happened. Yeah, and I do that too, especially with like dark humor. Like because it's kind of, in a way, for me, like dark humor is kind of like a release. And so, like for me, I think that is something that works, that can work well for me. If that makes sense. I am 23 years of age. Thank you for asking. But I really think it just depends on, you know, who the person is, what exactly the person is trying to get from that, if that makes sense. Thank you for all the people who are just jumping onto YouTube and liking the video. I really appreciate it a lot. Someone asked, do you have people who don't know you that give you a hard time about your scars? If so, what do you tell them? That's actually a really good question, because like when I first started self-harming, I would have these, I mean, so obviously you can see a lot of my scars on my arm, but when these were fresh, these were all dark red, right? And so I would get a lot of people who would ask me, you know, Spencer, like, where did you, or people that didn't even know me, like at the gym, they were like, oh, like, what the heck happened to your arm? And like, I definitely based my response off of like how the person was saying it, if that makes sense. So let's say, you know, let's say someone comes up to me like, oh, like, what happened to your arm? And they're being like, kind of like very like sarcastic, kind of like joking about it. Like they don't really care like what my answer is. Then I'd just be like, oh, like it was a bear. Or I'll like make up some like bullshit or something, you know, or I'll just say something like kind of stupid. And they'll be like, oh yeah, like they'll kind of like laugh. But if someone comes up to me and they're like, oh, like, wow, like what happened to your arm? Like that looks terrible. Like, and I can tell that they're like very like sincere, how they're asking and how, you know, they go about it. Then I always, to those people, say, oh, you know, I have a problem with self-harm. Like I developed PTSD from being in the military and stuff. So this used to be like one of my ways of coping. And a lot of people will be like they don't even know what that is. So I'll further explain, you know, I used to cut, or I used to like self-burn. And And then people be like, oh, like I'm so sorry, like I shouldn't even like ask. I'm like, no, it's fine. Like I'm really open about it. You know what I mean? And I think, but I really think it just depends on what type of person it is, right? Like I said before, like if it's someone that's just like a jackass and like, I can tell they're just being stupid or whatever, then I'll probably just be like, oh yeah, I was a bear or I ran into a fence or some crap or, whatever. But if it's like someone who's like really, I can tell is like being sincere, then I'll just tell them the truth. So, and if you're just getting here from TikTok onto my YouTube, if you could just like the video, that would really help me out a lot. Yeah, rubber bands definitely helps. Definitely. Yeah, dogs and cats are a good cover as well. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I'm sorry, Shelby, that's hard. Have I ever needed stitches? So, I've never gotten stitches, but I've gotten a lot of staples. See, and that's what I mean. That's dark humor, It's like, oh, I've never gotten stitches, but I've gotten a shit ton of staples, right? Because staples mean it's even worse. So I am an E from Utah. So yeah, what are the questions you guys got? I don't know. To be honest, I don't know if staples are easier to heal. I think staples are more commonly used nowadays, just because of their proficiency. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Taylor. You're the best. Someone just said, let me know if you need anything, and I said, thank you so much. Oh, man. Someone said, it's so hard. How do you stop from doing it again? It just takes a lot of self-discipline. It takes a lot of knowing yourself and a lot of practice. It's not easy to stop from self-harm or whatever type of self-harm that you use. So just try to stay motivated. I watch motivational videos. My favorite motivational speaker in the world, his name is Eric Thomas, the black dude. He's like he's my idol. Like I love him so much. I watch him a lot. I listen to music a lot. So there's just a number of things that you do every single day to try to keep yourself in the right state of mind. Yes, tattoos. Someone actually mentioned tattoos on my on YouTube as well. Tattoos are actually have been great for me. I have the word guardian down my side for my sister, and that's basically just like a promise to myself that I won't ever, and to my sister that I won't ever try to commit suicide again. And so just seeing that every day is very like empowering to me, if that makes sense. But I definitely want to get more tattoos eventually. I actually don't think I want to get, because before I was thinking about getting tattoos over, a lot of the scars on my arms and stuff. But I actually think I'm going to do it on my other arm so that I'm not tempted to self-harm and have more scars on this arm, I guess you could say. So I'm probably going to leave this arm clean just because, all these scars, they tell us something. So, thank you so much. Yes, I agree about tattoos. You don't mind me asking how deep does someone need to cut to get staples? I'm actually not 100% sure. Someone said half an inch deep or more. Yeah, when I had my first suicide attempt, I wrecked my thighs to the point where I actually had 30 plus staples. So that gives you kind of an image of what that first attempt was like then, But I'm still here, and that's all that matters. If you guys are just getting here from TikTok, if you guys could just go over to my YouTube, it's just Spencer Hoyt. Go ahead and join my live, like this live, and then also subscribe. I really appreciate that a lot. I'm going to be dropping a video, hopefully tonight. Actually, I don't even know what time it is. Shoot. But I would really appreciate it if you could just go onto YouTube and just follow me and like my video. That would really mean a lot to me. Thank you so much, Emily. Someone asked, what's the one thing you wish someone would have told you or done for you at my lowest? That is a hard question. So someone asked, what is one thing that I wish someone would have told me when I was at my lowest? I think for me, when I was at my lowest, that was when I first really started self-harming. That was when I really first was extremely suicidal for a number of months. I think I really wish that someone would just tell me, you need professional help, right? Because I was at a point where my family didn't know, my friends didn't know. There was very few people that actually knew just how much I was struggling. And so if I would have had a friend that kind of would have known how much I would have been going through and simply just said, hey, I really think you should go onto campus and go try and see a counselor, just because at that point I was not ready to open up to other people. I was not ready to start telling people, okay, I'm just really struggling mentally, like I've been self-harming, like I've been super suicidal and stuff like that. And so like a counselor, someone who is, just there just to take it all per se, would have probably been perfect for me, because, I was in such a dark place. I didn't have anyone to talk to. Simply because I didn't want to talk to anyone else. I didn't want to talk to my family. I didn't want to talk to my friends about it. I wanted to just keep it hidden. And so, would I have listened, though? That is an excellent question, because I probably would not have. Which is sad, because, because I was in such a dark place, you're not in the right state of mind. When you are in that dark of a place, it's very hard for you as an individual to think, okay, I need help, or okay, I need to do something about this because I'm really struggling. Your mind almost, when you're in that dark of a place, says you're okay, like you don't need more help, blah 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 blah. No, I'm fine. Thank you though. And so at that point, if someone would have probably told me that they needed counseling, I probably wouldn't have got it. But that is probably the one thing that I needed to hear at that moment, because that's the one thing that I really needed. But I think what was hard for me is the harsh reality was that it literally took me to, my suicide attempt for me to realize, okay, I'm really struggling. You know what I mean? Like, it literally took me, basically me ending my life, for me to swallow my pride and be like, okay, I'm really, really struggling. You know what I mean? Which is really difficult, because it's hard to admit when you're wrong. And so for me, like when I was in that dark place, I told myself, I'm okay. I'll be fine. I don't need to worry about this, and this. I'm just going to stick through it, per se. I'm just going to buck up, as they say in the military, And it took me, laying in that bathtub with 30 plus staples worth of cutting all over my thighs, all over my arms, and a gallon of bleach and other kitchen items and over 300 pills to realize, you know, maybe I am having a hard time, you know. Like I personally, I shouldn't be here. You know what I mean? I just personally feel very, like very blessed to be, um, you know, to be alive. I feel very blessed, 100%. Someone asked, can you feel the pain physically when you cut? I hope I'm not offending you. I was just wondering. So it just depends. Like, one, it depends on the self-harmer, depends on the type of person. For me, when I first start self-harming, definitely feel it. And that's the only reason why I'm so addicted to self-harming is because when I feel that pain, I get that rush. It's like literally like, I don't know, it's like a pain-gasm, you know, like legit, like my body is just like, oh, like that huge release, I guess you could say. And so when I'm first cutting, yes, definitely. But if I do it for 10, 20, 30, 40 minutes, you definitely, oh man, you definitely stop feeling after so much. You know what I mean? Do I yell in pain? Usually not. I'm usually pretty silent. Yeah, no, I totally get that, Shelby. You ever feel like you're a burden to your family? Um, Sometimes, yes and no. I was actually really blessed. I'm very blessed to have a very amazing support group, an amazing family who basically would give everything and anything for me to be okay, um, which is, you know, just pure love, right? Um, but there are definitely points where I definitely feel like, okay, maybe I am kind of a burden just because of how much, you know, my family basically has to help me, I guess you could say. Thank you so much, Ella, from Paris. Um, but I think that's just the negative mind saying that. You know what I mean? Like it's not because I know in reality I'm not a burden to my family because they've made that clear. Yes, in some circumstances, people can be burdens to their parents and whatnot because their parents look at them in that way, if that makes sense. Which isn't right, of course, but it does happen. Oh, really? I love that Moonchild. Thank you so much. That really that really means a lot to me. Um, the only reason why I'm still trying to keep moving, even though I have no family left. I'm really sorry. It's really, really hard. Um, you just have to, you know, in those dark moments when, you know, you don't have any family, you don't have any friends anymore, you just got to do it for yourself, right? And that's just life, you know. You can't do it for other people anymore. You can't live for other people anymore. You can't be successful for your parents or be a good person for whoever and whatever. You got to do it for yourself. You got to find your own self motivation, your own self love, and you literally have to fall in love with yourself again, um, and just love yourself enough to respect yourself to want to keep living, as hard as that is. Um, yeah, it's definitely not easy. No, I agree, Hannah. If you guys are just getting onto TikTok, if you could join me on YouTube, if you just type in Spencer Hoyt on my YouTube, and go and find my live and like my live, I really would appreciate that a lot. We're up to 34 likes. Let's go, baby. I think that's the most likes I've ever had on a live on YouTube. So impressive. I'm impressed. You guys are the best. Yeah, just go on my YouTube, Spencer Hoyt. Just go ahead and like this video. You guys are seriously the bomb. TheBomb.com. Do you ever feel like you won't see yourself grow old? Yeah. I mean, when I'm in a pretty depressive state, definitely. I definitely have thoughts like that, but I just do my best to get thoughts like that out of the way because I know that I'm going to help a lot of people if I continue to live my life. So, and that's the same for you guys. You never know who you're going to influence. You never know um, what person on the bus or walking down the street or um, anyone is going to say to you or anything at any point, and you're going to be able to tell that person based off of your experiences that you've been through the same thing. It's just life. Life works like that. It's kind of crazy. You know. Um, you have news. What is your news? Also, if you could like the video on YouTube, that would be amazing. Just the best. Someone asked, whenever you feel normal, do you feel like you're walking on eggshells? That's the me right now. Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. I yeah. Whenever I'm doing well for like a month, 2 months, I'm just like waiting. I'm just like preparing myself for the shit to hit the fan. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like, because I know it will at some point. But in reality, maybe it won't. It's just crazy. I'm almost to 40 likes. Hey, congrats on being 8 days clean. That's impressive. Everyone give a hand. Our friend is 8 days clean. Give her a big hand. Woo, let's go. No, but for real, that's awesome. Those are the type of messages that we need, to help people to continue on. You know what I mean? Thank you so much, Victoria. I really appreciate that. Someone asked, what do you find has helped you the most with and without medication? So for me, and this is something I talk about probably every live. One, having a set schedule, and then two, finding something that you really enjoy that you can do every single day. And that for me is going to the gym, working out. That's something that is very de-stressing for me. And so I think personally for me, doing that basically every single day is now a part of my routine where I am able to let all my anger, all my hate, all my negative energy, whatever it is, and just blow it all away, right? That was, man, you can really tell I'm sick because I'm kind of loopy right now. Sorry, hold on just a second. Oh, thank you, Cole. I really appreciate that. Someone said, if there's one thing for people to say that to me, but no one is there to pull me up when I fall. And that is why, Victoria, you have to be there for yourself when you fall, which is the hardest thing to do in the world, but it is the most satisfying, the most gratifying thing to do when you fall, but you pull yourself out of your own shit. Because that is when you know you're going to be able to get through it every single time. And, that's hard. Sorry, I'm trying to answer a lot of questions. What makes you happy? What are the positives that help you go along to the gym? What makes me happy is being with my family, right? And if I don't do these certain things, if I don't work on myself every day, I wouldn't be here anymore. And to me, that's probably the worst imaginable thing that I can think of. And so going to the gym, doing the things that I need to do every single day to keep myself mentally healthy, those things become a lot easier when you have someone to live for, right? And even if you're alone and you don't have any friends right now, and that one person is yourself, like when you make that person, like, even if it's just yourself, the person to live for, all these things that are normally hard for you to do are going to become a lot easier. Do you find you have OCD like tendencies more than when you were younger, pre-diagnosis? So I actually have BPD. So I find that on the upswings of my BPD, I do sometimes have higher tendencies of OCD, if that makes sense. Which is why usually when I'm on an upswing of my BPD, and I'm like really like, and I'm just like going crazy and stuff, I'll clean a lot. And so I guess, so yes, definitely. But it's not all the time for sure. You're very wise. I have a lot of self-awareness and emotional maturity, which is very powerful. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I've been through a lot, so I freaking better, right? No, I'm just kidding. No, but I appreciate that a lot. Scrubby, I like your username. Okay, so I'm probably going to be on here for like 4 more minutes. I am sick, and I really need to work on my YouTube video. Of course, Hannah. I'm probably going to drop the YouTube video either tonight or tomorrow. So please be looking out for that. And if you guys haven't already, if you could just go over to YouTube and subscribe to me, it's just Spencer Hoyt. Thank you so much, TX, and Team Switzerland, because the best. If you could just go over to YouTube and like my video, join my live. I love getting your guys' likes, and I love getting your guys' feedback on everything. You guys are the reason why I do all this. I don't get paid. I mean, I think I get paid a little bit. I think of all the time I've been on TikTok, I think I've gotten paid like $100, which is like, it's $100, like a lot of money, but like, for almost 2 years, I don't think I can make a living off that. So, yeah, if you can just go over to YouTube. Thank you so much, Lake. Hello from Mexico. Mexico, la Ciudad de Mexico. Gracias. Hello from SB. Does that stand for San Diego, possibly? Oh, from Buffalo, New York. Buffalo. Oh. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, South Dakota. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. South Dakota, Virginia, Seattle, San Antonio, Texas. I was born in Texas. From KC, Kansas City. Yeah. Also Buffalo. 3 a.m. there. So believe it or not, I was born in Lubbock, Texas. Isn't that crazy? Hey, I was in Indiana this summer. Thank you. I was in the state of Indiana this summer spraying for pest control. Thank you. Thanks. I'm glad someone doesn't think I'm an idiot, because I definitely think I'm an idiot, but that's just how it goes. Hey, from Florida, Raiders, hell yeah. Yeah, my dad went to law school there, so yep. Where did you find your strength to start speaking openly about what you're going through? So this one's hard. So when I was first starting to really go through a lot of my, mental health problems, I realized how hard it was for me to talk to anyone and to just try to get help, I guess you could say. And so it wasn't until a number of months, after my first suicide attempt, that I realized that I didn't want to feel like I had to hide anymore. I didn't want to feel like I had to hide my scars, hide what I was going through to other people. So I decided that I was going to talk to every single person I met, and when it was applicable, of course, about my mental health challenges. And so whenever someone would ask me about my scars, I wouldn't hesitate. I would just tell them straight up. I would tell them the truth. Yeah, I have these scars from self-harm. And I realized that the more I started talking to people, the more I started posting about it, being more open about it on social media and public, I thrived off of it. It helped me. It helped my mental health. It helped me better myself as a person. It helped me in a way that I can't really explain. The process of me talking about my problems to help other people became a way for me to cope, I guess you could say. And so I just started talking to people more and more about it. I started to be more open about it. And I realized that the more I talked to other people about it, about my mental health challenges, the more I came to accept who I was as a person and the challenges that I face. And so I think that's kind of when I realized that this is something that I wanted to do a long term, right? And this is something I wanted to do to help as many people as I could. So, and with that, I'm gonna end with that today. I'm gonna try to do these more often, just because I really like. Thank you so much. I really like answering people's questions and feeling like I'm able to help someone in some way. So if you guys, before I go, if you guys could just go over to YouTube and just type in my name, Spencer Hoyt. I have a live going on my YouTube. Just type in Spencer Hoyt. Like my live. Subscribe to me on YouTube, Spencer Hoyt. I really would appreciate that a lot. Notifications on YouTube. Did I miss one more question? Oh. So someone asked, what type of music do I listen to? So everyone on live, what type of music do you think I listen to? Whoever guesses right gets 1 penny. If you guess right what type of music I listen to, I will be damn. From the get-go, there was a ton of people who guessed like spot on. Yeah. So I love rock, like hard rock. I listen to screamo, metalcore, metal, post-hardcore, little bit of deathcore. I love alternative. I love me some rap. I love dubstep, chill step. I grew up on country music. I don't love country music anymore because it's kind of like, I don't really love the new stuff. But yeah, pretty much rock is my go-to. I love rock. I miss going to rock concerts so much. So freaking much. Yeah. Oh yeah. But with that, I'm actually gonna say goodbye to you guys because I'm exhausted. I filmed the YouTube video before this, so I'm gonna go work on editing that and getting that posted either today or tomorrow. But I really appreciate you guys supporting me. Someone asked me, ¿cuál es tu grupo de Favorito. My favorite rock group is, I love Bring Me the Horizon. I love Architects. I love, oh my goodness, I can't think right now. It's just hard. Architects is one of my favorite bands by far. But yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys soon. Love you. Bye-bye. I really don't know how to end this. All right, you guys are the best. Love you much. Bye.